And can I ask you one more question concerning Jordan?
Sure.
I know that there's a passage of scripture in a part of the Bible, and I'm not really familiar where it is, but I remember it says, Ammon and Moab will escape his hand, or his, I guess they were talking about Satan. So what does that scripture mean, actually?
Do you have the scripture?
No, I'm just thinking that it's in the Old Testament, but I can't really remember where it is, because I think it might be in Isaiah, where it says Ammon and Moab will escape his hand, and I guess it was basically in Amalek or Esau, one of those. It was like a group of, I guess, countries, I guess, that would not be touched when it came to the chaos that would be inflicted on other countries. But I'm not really sure if it's in the Old Testament. I'm pretty sure it's in the Old Testament, but I don't know where.
Right. Well, one thing, I guess when speaking of Ammon and Moab in prophecy, I know the book of Daniel comes to mind, Daniel 11, when it says that the king of Ammon and Moab and Edom will escape. And it's talking about what we see happening right now through Libya and Egypt and Yemen and all of that. I'm familiar with that, but I don't know if that is exactly the prophecy you're speaking of, because
yeah, that sounds familiar, because I was thinking, you said Edom, I was thinking Esau. I was saying Esau, but it was Edom. But that prophecy, and I guess I was trying to get a better explanation as to what that meant.
Yeah, let me read it and see if this is what it is. It's in Daniel chapter 11. One moment here, I'm looking for it. Let's see. It says, Daniel 11:41 says, "He shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab and the chief of the children of Ammon." Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that's basically. Yeah. Let me read verse 43. It says, "But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps." Right? So when you look at the Arab Spring, and you look at what happened with Egypt, and then you look at what happened with Libya, and then you look at what's happening in and around the areas of Ethiopia, like Yemen, and what's going on in those areas, it's happening to a T, as being prophesied that these particular countries would experience what they've, deemed the Arab Spring. But Edom, which is Israel, the Jewish state, Moab, which is the Palestinians, and the chief of the children of Ammon, which is the king of Jordan, shall escape, meaning that they will not have any American or Western takedown in this whole thing. The reason why you look up and you see the king of Jordan meeting with Obama he's done this over the past couple of years. They've met and discussed certain things, and I think I've gone over this in some of our past broadcasts. But and now he's looking to, have a two-state solution for Palestine and Israel. So there's Edom, Moab, and Ammon all right there together, and Obama is for, he's not there to take any of those countries out. He's only there to, continue the agenda as far as having control over those areas for right now. That's what it's speaking on.
Oh, okay. I kind of thought it was something like Satan would not be able to, take those countries down. But yeah, that's pretty much what you're talking about. Like those countries are actually protected for the time being until the Most High deals with them.
Exactly. And if you go on YouTube and look up the Gathering of Christ Church, if you look up the lesson on Daniel 11, and
yes,
the lesson that was taught on Daniel 11 speaking about Barack Obama,
Mhm.
You know, it goes into this particular part of the scripture to explain, and you know, what I'm explaining here is that basically Edom, Moab, and Ammon, which are the Palestinians, the Jewish people, and the Jordanians, will basically escape the Arab Spring. They won't have an Arab Spring like all these other countries. I mentioned General Wesley Clark said that America was going to take down 7 countries earlier.
Yes. Yes.
Those are those 3 countries that aren't included in that takedown. A Jewish state, the Palestinian state, and the Jordan state are exempt from that 7-country takedown and destabilization.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks so much, brother, because I needed clarification on that. Like, you can read it for yourself, but sometimes you need, you know, the interpretation of that. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No,
right.
No problem at all.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, brother.
All right. Well, Shabbat Shalom, bless you, and thanks for supporting the show, all right?
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. So that concludes the show for tonight. And hopefully we'll be back next week. Since we haven't been on for a while, we definitely have a lot to talk about. So could have went longer with more news tonight. But we'll save, you know, the news that along with anything that happens currently for next Sabbath, if it be the Most High's will. Want to thank all the brothers and sisters out there that listen to the show. And support the show and support the church. We definitely appreciate y'all. We couldn't do it without you. Until next Friday night Sabbath, y'all enjoy your current Sabbath. Stay strong. We'll see Zion soon. Kwam Yashala.
And can I ask you